Good evening, everybody. DJ Styles here, Custom Corpses. Okay, so here's the deal. We are live, and in case you don't know it, I just listed the 25-inch FB78 on eBay. I'll give you guys a second to join me. I also need to bring this in. Give me a second here, guys. What the hell's going on? Nope, I don't want that way. Gotta tighten this up. Damn it. Sorry about that, guys. I was going the wrong way with the screw. Let's try this again. Sorry, I'm blocking your... I'm just coming apart here. My thing is real loose. What the hell? There it goes. That's what I'm after. So I'm trying to set it up to where you guys can see what I'm doing here. And I pulled the 24-inch. Give me a minute. I gotta use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, now, how many people are on? There's 3 people on. I'm sorry for the delay, but Mother Nature called. So, let me get my chair. I need my... Oh, wait. Okay. Go Dogs, what's happening, buddy? Thorburn, you're the man. I'm glad you changed. I'm glad you changed your name back. So I also have to do this because hold on, that's driving me crazy. I can hear the sound coming through the speakers. No good. Not when you're trying to stream. So what you're looking at here is a nameplate for Banduma. This was the easiest to do, and I'll show it to you in more detail in a second. But first, before I do that, I've got to get this thing up and running because I can't see the text. Excuse me. Come on. I've got my tablet right here, and I'm trying to get that up and running so I can read your text. What is all this? Well, I need YouTube. What's up? There we go. Swipe which way? Come on, where the hell is the YouTube at? It's not letting me open up. Why? I need my YouTube. What is going on? This tablet, I hate these tablets, I do. Charged, locked. I don't know how to get this tablet to work. know what? I'm going to kill all this. I'll shut it down, restart. Got to reboot the tablet. Okay, let me explain what I'm doing here. All right, so I customized, check that out, guys. This is for the inside of the mask. That's his name, and then I'm going to put addition right here. And then what I have to do is I cut these out individually, these pieces, and then I stone that. And then I can put latex inside the stone using plaster of Paris. And then this will be a plate that goes inside the mask on the inner mask wall, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing that tonight. I'm actually going to do it while we're live, if I can get my my Android working tablet. Man, is that thing slow. I'm so used to speed. So I figured I'd do something tonight. And by the way, we have the 24-inch mask pulled, and it came out perfect. I made a 24-inch mask today, but it's got to literally cure for the next 2 to 3 days. It's got to shrink up to the maximum shrinkage, and then cure enough to where I can paint it and hair it and all that fun stuff. But I need to send this off to somebody to see if it fits him before I go and name tag his name. Now I'm using this for reference. That's what I used for reference. It's not exact, but I love this font. I can't remember the name of it. It's blood something. Blood. I forget what it's called. Blood something. But I use that font, but I do my own little thing to it. You can see the texturing. That's cool. Now I'm going to smooth that out a little more with some naphtha. But I did this afternoon. I made this, and I'm going to do the addition right under here, like that. That's how it'll be in the text. And how we make the addition is these little worms of clay. That's how I made this across here. You have to remember, this has to be protruding as it is right now. Let me put this on here. I only use this for reference. I don't cut nothing out. I don't trace nothing out. I just use it for reference. That's all. I try to make the what's up? Well, I'm trying to read the phone. Take off killer, what's up? Asylum, what's up? What's going on? Go dogs. You. Take off visions in the house. Yeah, I've got yours here too. Let me show everybody's name. I'll show everybody's name on here, so I'm preparing for this. There's Asylum. That's what your logo is kind of going to look like on inside of the mask. Thorburn, I know you're in there. I saw you earlier. There you go. That's going to be your logo. Takeoff Vision, there's yours. Because it's so long, I have to make your font smaller. Asylum, there's another one too. Where'd it go? Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that ain't it. Oh, maybe I didn't print that. Okay. I didn't print that one. All right. Anyway, you get the general idea. Tonight we're just doing bandumas. I haven't had time to really do anything else. I've been trying to get that other mast done. And I had some other projects going on too today at the same time, which that's always my story. I'm constantly working on something. Never a dull moment. So why can't I get this thing to fire up? All right, let's see how this works. Yes, it's finally starting up. It was just locked in some weird ass. There we go. That's what I want. And open up. Then I can read your text. Go dogs. Yeah, man. Finally, I can see everybody now. Oh my God, look at all these texts. Asylum Nice. What's up? Takeoff Killer. Takeoff Visions in the house. Thorburn. Asylum, Thorburn, Go Dogs. I'm just trying to see all your saying hello to everybody. So let's get this thing started because we have to. So we're going to make this a little smaller. Now, you think you're going crazy and you're doing all this extra stuff. So we're going to do, I'm just going to push this in here like that and push it right down on the clay. It doesn't matter how long this is right now. You're going to see why in a second. You know what? I need that angle a little better. I got that angle too far over. That's good. I'm trying to make the letter A. And I don't want it too big. So now what we do, just take my X-Acto knife, cut it there, cut it there. This is so simple. Simple, 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 simple. It's not hard. Just I'm making the word addition a lot smaller. And I'm going to make this you get the gist, right? All right, so I'm going to flip this around. That's why you have this plate. A's can be a pain in the ass. I don't have another way to make these worms as accurate. right, so now at the tip, you can see how it's separated up there. We don't want that, so that's how we're going to do that. I just squeeze that together. Now it looks sloppy right now, because it is. Now I'm rolling these worms a little bit thinner because we don't want it to be too uniform either, because we want it spooky looking. Just make sure it's straight. And I want to go straight across with this again. It's so simple. It really is, guys. It's not hard. Now this is a D. We got 2 Ds. And all I'm doing is making a little round. What we're going to do there, I'm going to cut that right off here. Cut that right off there. Smush. That's still too big. So here's how you do it. Here's what you do. I gotta take these glasses off. Can't see with my glasses on. Ain't that a bitch? Can't see with them on. I can always see with them off. I gotta remember, I'm not trying to make this perfect yet, because when I do all this texture to it, it makes it crooked and goofy looking anyway. So you don't see, that's the secret. If you're looking for perfection with clay, I'm not the guy. So I have to always think outside the box. And that's where all the magic comes from. Trust me, it's always thinking outside the box. You have to think outside the box, because there's where all the creativity is. All right, so that don't look bad. We can live with that. We can live with that one. I'm going to make this D thing a little bit thinner because I didn't like the way that. Now, my plan is to separate these, and I'm going to keep the addition. I'm going to cut this about here, right in half, right? And then I'll make 2 plates. The addition I'll always keep, because that'll always be something that goes inside of a mask. And then the yes, it does. It says Banduma. Banduma. I always say ban. It's not B-A. It's B-E. Banduma. Yeah, Banduma is buying a mask. I got a surprise for all you guys tonight. All right, so here's how I'm thinking. I don't want to try and put you guys on the spot as far as trying to, because you guys follow me, all you guys that are on here, every one of you, Slipknot, all of you guys that are on, that are looking to purchase this mask, that you're not, the guys that aren't getting a free mask, you can purchase the mask. You don't have to wait for me to, you don't have to buy it on eBay. All right. But you cannot text me through eBay and ask for a price or a deal or anything that, because they forbid anybody to sell outside of eBay. And that's what happened with Banduma, and that's why I hope he's on with me tonight. He was supposed to be on here. I said it was important for him to hear this, because you need to use my email directly. All right? And my email, wow, you know what? I'll do it on my computer. I have to do it on the computer. Give me a second. I'm going to give you guys the link to my email. That is way too long. That looks good. I'm gonna put the link of my email on there. I'm using DJ Styles with 3 Ys at gmail.com. That's the email you want to use. It's DJSTYYYLES at. Can you put that up for me, Red Row? At gmail.com. Now, we can work out any kind of deal if you go directly to me. You don't have to wait for these eBay sales. The eBay sales are probably, they're not really for the people that are on here that have supported me forever. So I want to kind of like do something special for all you guys. I got to keep the price affordable for you. And I'm going to sell you as a mask. And yes, Go Dogs, they forbid you to try to sell outside of the now, does that look straight, guys? That don't look bad, right? ADD. Now watch it. I'm not going to pull a chef's. You ever see that old commercial? The painter that was in the end zone. No, it's 3 Ys. It's 3 Ys. No, it's not. It's you got to put 3 Ys. It's DJ Styles with 3 Ys, not 2 Ys. You're gonna have to put that up again. 3 Ys. Yeah, man. That's the one. Gmail.com. Save that link, guys. You can personally contact me on that email. I get notifications on my phone all the time, every time somebody sends me an email. And we can work out whatever we can work out. All right. So, and my buddy Red Row here, who's helping me out. He's also an artist, and he can tell you always have to think outside the box. You cannot think within a box, and never learn from one source, because when you learn from multiple sources, you really start learning, like you end up finding your own groove. If you're trying to mimic just one person, what the hell was that? I just saw something crawl. Ooh, a bug. It was on the paper here. We got bugs. Now I left the door open. I got some gnats in here. I think that's what it is. Yeah, take my email down if you guys are really interested in buying a mask. You have my email. You could contact me directly. If you try to not ladybugs. I wish. They're a good omen. Although, man, I was in this room here. I had a ladybug infestation 2 summers ago. I'm still finding ladybug carcasses all over this room. Every time I vacuum, I see a new one. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But I like a ladybug. I likes the ladybugs. Asylum Beyond the Dead, ladybugs, perhaps. Pipe Master, yo, Pipe Master's in the house. So we're doing the special edition. I'm working on the edition. I'm showing just how I do this. Pipe Master wants me to just make stencils, and then Angelo suggested that I get, which I need you to, Red Row. I need you to find that stamp. The problem is the stamping. I need different size letters, not just like one size. I'm gonna customize my letters the way I want them, and then I want to and this is the letter T. But I got to cut some of the top off of that because it doesn't fit. There we go. You know, the funny thing is, I got chicken scratch for writing. I really do. Would you stick me in front of some clay now, man? I can do some magic. ION. Let's not screw it up and misspell it at this point, right? Now this doesn't have to be equal because this gets cut, and this is going to be a separate pad that I'm going to make out. Oops. That I'm going to surround a barrier around it. All right. Then I got to mix up some cheap. I'm going to use plaster of Paris. I'm not going. Maybe I'll use my good stone because they'll last forever. As long as I'm going to do the good stone with the addition. The Banduma, I'm not going to. Once I use it, I'm not going to use it again unless Banduma happens to buy another mask. You know, so maybe I keep the molds. I always keep the molds. And then this way I can, until I work out a better process. With making these molds. You ain't gonna believe how simple this is. It's so simple, guys. Any of you guys can do this. Any of you. You see what I'm doing? Here's the tool that makes the worms. This makes worms. See the hole? Now these plates here, they have all different sizes and shapes and everything else. You unscrew that, you take that plate off, and you can replace that. Your clay, you unscrew the top here, and you just stuff the clay down inside of this thing, and then you just crank down on it, and it spits out the worms. Because you gotta have some even worms. Oh God, this is the O. Gotta have an O. And I didn't make enough. Well, you know what, I'll do. Nope. Did I make it big enough? That's the question. Oh my God, I think I did it. Look at that, guys. How's that for an eye? How's that for an eye? Now I'll take a little off the outside of this. And here we go with an N. Yeah, you'll be a little surprised on how simple this really is. You know what? Let me doctor this up a little bit first, because that O's a little thick, because I mashed it down. Art is never. You have to create art, and you always want to try and think outside the box. Every time you put yourself in a box, guess what? Your creativity just drops off. What's the matter?
Read the comments.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let me go back up and read all these comments. Holy mackerel, I'm getting blown up. Hold up. Okay, Pipe Master. Styles isn't it's spelled addition? Wait a minute. Did I spell it wrong? I thought it was double D. You know what? You're right. It is 1D, isn't it? Yeah, it is 1D. That looks well. Okay. What up, guys? Told you. I don't spell. You know, I'm an artist. I'm not a brain. I'm not a. No. What am I thinking of? Ad? Well, yeah, maybe the ad. I don't like that A anyway. So here's what we're gonna do. See? No big deal. I'm going to do this A a little differently too. Thank you. Thank you for the heads up. It is A, it's just 1D. It is 1D. All right, we don't want to use that. Trying to keep it. Right now, this is a pain in the ass because I got to make sure that the angle is right. Perfect. That's all right. I like that. I'm glad that mistake was made, because I'm glad it isn't double D's, because it just makes the damn thing a lot bigger. Jesus. And I just got done saying, don't misspell it. I was laughing about it, and I was thinking about that commercial, the old Chiefs commercial where the Kansas City Chiefs commercial. The guy that was painting the field, he's out on the field and he's in the end zone, and he's spelling out Chiefs. Well, he misspells it and called it chefs. And the guy walks out on the field and he says, "Looks good, but who are the chefs?" Great googly moogly. That's what the guy said. It's so funny. So funny. Great googly moogly. That's the word he used. That was so funny. Yeah, those old commercials were classic. Man, thanks for correcting me. I would have had that in everybody's mask with double D's. We all like double D's though, don't we? I think we all like double D's. Nothing wrong with double D's. Pipe Master. Yeah, he came back from a nice vacation. And I know that. All right, hold on a second. You know, before I put that little cross in there, I want to widen this a little bit. Great googly moogly. There we go. Now I'm happy. That one actually looks better. Yo.
There's no A in addition, it's E.
Huh?
Read the chat. It's an E, not an A. Addition. Not
What the hell,
Yeah,
man?
it's E. Addition. 'Cause
I gotta go back to.
so
I gotta go back to
basically-
school.
Nah, you wouldn't be wrong by saying addition, but addition. So you're basically looking at it as like you're chronologically putting like a set of books or certain things that you will add to it.
Well, you know what's really nice? E is a hell of a lot easier than A,
And I is even better.
and I's even easier. All right, so are we finally going to get this, guys? We can hooked on phonics over here, man. I'm telling you. Holy shit. I got to go back to school. That's what happens when you get old. You don't use your fundamentals anymore. Hell, I've probably been spelling that wrong for a long time. That didn't just happen once. But you know what's funny about that? I won't forget it. Now that I've got, that's always going to be E to me. Okay. Jesus. Just trying to get to the point where I. Easy there. Easier. God. I want to read these comments in a second. Take a little break. What am I going to do? Put F on the end instead of N? God. Oh man. A. Double D's. No, not double D's. I'm worried about the double D's. I'm not paying attention to the E. Special edition. All right, finally, let's get. Are we okay now? We good? We good? Holy God! Man, I'm not seeing any more text. I gotta scroll up. Holy God! Great googly moogly. Yes, that's the one. That's the commercial, man. Hold on, I gotta read. I'm gonna take a break from this for a second. I gotta read your comments because the screen's off to the right of me. Black Scorpion. Finally. I need a big A. Oh shit. Okay, let me. Black Scorpion's laughing his ass off. Who wouldn't, right? E brother, Thorburn. Good God. Styles edition. Well, if it's Styles edition, it's going to be ADD. That's the way he spells it. Oh, God. Okay, I think I got caught up to everybody's. Okay, so I can't get down until mid-July, so probably won't be styling the hair unless someone wants me to. Sure, I want your company, Pipe Master. You got to come down and you got to make a special edition to your. I'm gonna have Pipe Master do a styling again. I think we learned something though with this new mask. We have to put a lot more product in the hair. I don't know what that meant. I just got something that just popped up. Cool. All right, I want to make sure this is straight. Well, I hope I don't have to do this edition again. I better mold this thing and just friggin' save it forever. Better mold this thing in silicone. Jesus. Well, the one thing I can say is I won't forget now. I won't forget this word on how it's spelled. That's what I do. I do learn from my mistakes. That's one thing I do. I do well. I make lots of mistakes, and I learn from every one of them. Yeah, spelling was never my strength. Truthfully, really wasn't. And, the weird thing is, I'll spell out a really long, difficult word and then screw up on a 3-letter word. I don't what is that? What does that mean? I don't understand that. How is that possible? And for the longest time, I would get caught up on hour, and hour. And words like, because they're spelled three different ways. Depends on how you're using them. Our is us together, our, O-U-R. And then you have R, A-R-E. I've done that before. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is start putting the blood drippings. And what we do there is we really just make sure one end is really tapered down. And we're going to go real heavy right here. And a shorter one right on the other end of that E. Make sure it looks like it's... Now what I'll do, because it looks too long there, you get the idea. And you'll see how this comes together, even though it looks a little sloppy right now. So simple. This is so simple, as long as you know how to spell. Better take a spelling lesson before I do any more of these logos. Better go back to school for a little bit. And a little crookedness in there, that's good. That's what you want. You want it to be a little crooked. So I roll it a little bit, just a little bit, little movement with my fingers. Now, I could go as far as putting little droplets of blood everywhere as it's coming off, but that's just too much work. You see how this looks? It's got all these little droplets and stuff. I ain't doing all that. No, thank you. Nope. Too much work there. And that's too... You know what? I don't want to make that uniform, so... Yeah, I might... That's good enough. All right, now I want to... Let me see, how would that look? Yeah, I think the I, the T, and the I are going to have long... I want to do super... No. I know what I'm going to do. Little piece of blood there, dripping off that T. That's too long though, I want it short. There we go. I got to do the eyes. They're going to be a little shorter. Not that short. Read your comments in a second. I'm kind of concentrating here, trying to make sure, because these eyes are a pain in the necks. They're a pain in the neck because they're so skinny and thin to work with. I want to make that sharp right here. Told you I work with crumbs of clay. Wow, you know what? It's not scrolling down for me. Holy God. Horrid dude, what's that? What's happening? Pipe Master's still in the house. Thorburn at John, no one is perfect. All contacts are what's that say? Custom corpses? I don't know. Who posted that? I guess I did. No, Red Row. Hey, now. Okay. Red Row's posting some links for you guys to click too. Oh, that's right. I remember that link tree. That's pretty cool. Wait till we get into the details of this, man. It's going to get sick. It's going to get sick. Oh, that one right on there. I don't even have to do nothing to that one. Now this one, this O is going to get 3. I don't like that same length. That's got to be shorter there, and this here's got to be a little neater. That works. I want that longer. I want that one longer. Nothing uniform. Everything has to be really Who says we can't make bloody letters? Pipe Master, you're an artist. You used to be able to do that. You do all this kind of stuff. Do some fancy lettering. I need some blood letters. I'll put this long one right on the end here. And I'm going to make a short one here on this side of this end. And then we're going to start texturing. Actually, I'm going to put one more on the T. That's a little too long. We don't want the blood dripping off the T, the top of the T. The full length of the T. If that makes any sense. Does that make any sense? I doubt it. One more, and we need a short one. So before I make the next one, I'm going to take a course up in hooked on phonics, so we can get this straight. All right, so here you go. You see this little tool right here? It's got this little ball peen round little thing here. I'm going to get it in focus. This is all we do. And all these little tips, things where they're overlaying on the, we make them completely disappear. And then I do this to the blood. I need that on a logo. Great googly moogly. That'd be cool. Give me a second. I'm almost done this, guys. I'll show it to you from a different angle with the lighting hit it in a second. And I'm going to show you guys the 24-inch mask that I pulled this afternoon. Funny thing is, this mask dried a lot faster. Okay. What kind of mask? Oh, okay. Official multiverse tail. Okay, so official multiverse. Welcome to the stream. I made a Michael Myers flashback mask. And okay, so now you can see it. A little bit more definition in the correct spelling. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these two. And what I'll do is I'll build a little wall around this whole thing, fill that with plaster. I'll build a nice, because I have the soft clay, and I'll put the soft clay around the whole edge, and then I'll build up a wall about that thick, pour plaster inside of that, and then take the clay off from the back side, and be able to make molds of the addition. Then I have to do custom work every time somebody needs their name done. But you've seen how fast this is if you spell it right. You spell it right, it's not that long of a deal. You know, it's not that big of a deal. So take a course on Hooked on Phonics first. Highly recommended. Then, I don't want to do that. That's close enough. There we go. I'll have to scrape this down because that looks like it's part of the name. We don't want that to happen. That looks good. That looks good. So there it is. That'll be the Banduma edition inside the mask. Like that. It's kind of big. It's probably going to go right in the back of the mask. Yes, it is. That's a 24-inch flashback. I got it under the fan right now. Let me show you this 24-inch. I got to turn this fan off though first. Hang on a second, because it's blowing it sideways on me. But it's actually pretty dry right now. It's actually firmed up pretty good. I'm going to shut the fan off though for a second. There we go. All right. That just goes to show you. Okay. This is the flashback. Let me go get the other mask. You know what I did to the other one too? I also signed it. I put the logo, I put the number 1, 25-inch. I got to back this up so you guys can see this. I need to get this a little straighter. This copy turned out really perfect. There we go. A really nice pull. Now it's drooping a little bit because the latex is still very soft. The latex is I just pulled it this afternoon. Come on, go away. That is the FB78. It's a perfect copy. Now you're going to see, I'm going to bring the other mask in from out there. That actually has the, hold on, let me pull this forward. I backed myself into a corner. All right. And I'll put the mask side by side so you guys can see it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm back. They're about the same height. But you can see the difference in size, that's for sure. Let me back up a little bit. Now that's the same mask, only it's painted and haired and tagged, signed, and it's number 1. It's the very first pull that I've done. It was the very first mask. It's listed as number 1 25 inch. There'll be a number 1 24 inch. This is already posted on eBay, guys. I put it up already, so go check it out. Look up, go to eBay and look up, how did I list it? You know what? I'll just show it to you. I'll show it to you. Click the link above. Hold on, let me kick this up so you guys can see the screen. I gotta zoom out. All right. There it is. It's got some really awesome shots in natural daylight, in the weather. That's the shots that I used for those videos, those little reels that I created on Facebook. So, Michael Myers flashback mask made by Custom Corpses, 25-inch V2 FB78. Starting bid is at $450. There is no buy it now option. I don't even know how many visitors I've had, if I had any yet. No views yet. But, oh, wait a minute. Is that 6 views? Hold on. Oh, that's 6 views. Okay, 6 views. I have a reserve price of $600. It can't sell for any less than that. But you guys can go check that out. Take a screenshot and you can look at it later. You know, if you want to go check it out. But let me put the comments back up, and then I'm gonna put the. You see how much better that looks? This lighting in here, man, just robs the actual details of this mask. It really does. The lighting in here is terrible. It really looks amazing in low lighting and in natural lighting, outdoor lighting. Very top of the chat. Okay, I just clicked that link. This channel is dedicated to the arts of teaching some techniques. All right, so you want to click that link that he shared up there, and that'll show you. We still on? Good. Okay. My alarm went off on my phone, so I have to go check on I have to go check on some food for my daughter. My daughter wants me to check on her food. I just need to make sure that it's cooked. That's all, and put it on low heat, possibly. So let me put this focus point on here. Now you guys can see the size of this mask versus the 25. The painted and haired one is a 25-inch, and the new pool is a 24-inch, but it's not done shrinking yet. That's going to shrink up a little more. I want to see how far it shrinks. It might be 23 3/4 when it's all said and done. I don't know. We'll have to see. Usually it shrinks about an inch. Let me go check on that food. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, and I want to continue reading your comments. Now I'm going to backtrack on all the comments. It's got to cook a little longer. It's beef. Making like a beef stew, and she cooked the whole thing in one piece in a crock pot for like 4.5 hours, but it's got to cook for at least 6. What is that? Okay, that's my buddy. Red Row is I gave him control of my channel, so he can manipulate it, do things with it. He's an expert at this stuff. All I do is sculpt and make masks. But I love it. Let me read all your comments now. I'll leave this here. I'm going to move my chair back over here so I can read the computer. It's easier on the eyesight. But I want to bring that further back so you can hear me talking. Whew. Can hear me talking. There we go, a little better. All right, and I'm fairly close to the phone now, so you can hear me talking. And the fan's off. Now I want to read your comments because I have not been able to. I'm working and doing all this stuff at once. Thorburn, nameplate is cool. Go Dogs. A true master always working on something. Yes. Always working, always got to keep working. We are staring at a sheet of clay. Yes, you are. You're staring at a sheet of clay. I wonder what's happening here. Okay. Asylum, you eating candy? Thorburn, how did you know? Okay. Takeoff Vision, you. Go Dogs, my head size is 24. Go Dogs, if your head size is 24 inches, then you need the 25-inch mask. Asylum, Beyond the Dead. What's up, Takeoff Killer? Asylum, nice. Takeoff, what's up, Asylum? Awesome work. Go Dogs, awesome work. Slipknot and Halloween Community. Hi. Red Road, Johnny. Okay. Go Dogs. How did you learn all this craft? Just get your hands dirty. Just do something with it. Think outside the box. Always think outside the box. And the other thing, and I reiterate this all the time. I say this all the time. Don't just learn from one person. Look at all different people doing different things. You'll learn so much more. All right. So addition. If you're talking about object, yes. Yeah, of course, it's another one. Addition's another one of those words that can be spelled multiple ways. Addition, as far as multiplication and subtraction, addition, I guess that would be properly spelled as ADDITION. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. What's up, Red Thorburn? Thorburn in the house. Red Rose Thorburn, how are you? Thorburn, not too bad, you know. Asylum Beyond the Dead, message retracted. I guess, does that say Banduma? Yes, it does. Banduma is purchasing a mask, and he's got to go. He's going through me. That's why I said I want to make sure you click my email address if you're interested in buying a mask directly from me. Don't try to negotiate on eBay because I cannot negotiate on there. I have to sell the mask through them. So when there's a mask up there, there is no negotiation. It's the price is set and that's it. Although it does have an option where you can negotiate with me, and I did put that on there for this mask, but I have a set price of no less than $600 for the mask. Anyway, Asylum Beyond the Dead, a ladybug. Yep, man, we're talking about ladybugs. You, Pipe Masters in the house. Sup, Pipe. Thorburn threw a what's up at you. Pipe Master Pipe Slasher. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing, Pipe? John, it should be edition, like special edition. Gotcha. And we put the link up there multiple times. He can. Asylum Beyond the Dead, I'm doing well. What was the question there when he said he can? How are you? Doing good. Black Scorpio, I'm doing good. Pipe Master, can he not see all our comments? Yeah, I can, but it's one of those things where it was off to the right of me from where I was working, and also my phone was blocking my view of my tablet. So it was kind of I had to literally roll the chair back to be able to read the damn tablet, and that's a pain in the ass. So I'm like, you know what? I just fumbled through it. I'm doing well. So I played my Scorpion. Styles, isn't it spelled edition? Yes. Go Dogs, man. I bet if you tried, you could even make Friday the 13th masks. Your masks are truly masterpiece. Thank you, Go Dogs. I think I could too, and I'm thinking about doing Jason at some point. I'm definitely going to do all the. I don't think I'm going to do Freddy because Freddy doesn't wear them. See, Jason, I wouldn't sculpt the face. I would make an open mask that the hockey mask is the mask, all right, that goes over the face. But to keep you from dying inside that mask, what I'd like to do is make the mask as a one piece. It's the same way they did it in the movie. The actual movie, it was an open face inside the mask. It's just that they had the everything but the face was a sculpture that the hockey mask went over top of. So that's what I'm thinking about doing instead of making his face. I'm not going to do that. You commented above. All right, Pipe Master. Well, it should be edition, not edition, right? Black Scorpion, agree. Pipe Master. I'm doing good as of now. Hopefully your dental work turned out okay, and you didn't have too many problems with your dentist. Red Row, it wasn't sub pipe. What new, brother? Okay, Black Scorpion. I guess he not reading the comments. I kind of wasn't. I have to tell you that. I just because it was. I had to move my chair constantly to as I was sculpting, and that was a pain in the ass. So someone needs to tell him. Angelo came down and did tell me. Um, he will see the comments eventually. Yes, I will, Thorburn. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm reading them out loud to you guys. You home, Red Row? Yes, he is. True, once he's done. Okay, that's Black Scorpion. True, once he's done. Yes, I'll read the comments. That's what that was about. Pipe Master just going through it. Thorburn, sup, Scorpion. Red Row, yes, buddy. Pipe Master 84, yes. You spelled it wrong. It's addition. Yes, I think we established that. No, it is not A. Okay, Asylum Beyond the Dead. Just remove the A and D. Thorburn, laughing his ass off. Thorburn Edition. Thorburn John, laughing his ass off. Red Row, whatever the hell that is. Some kind of purple SpongeBob. It looks like a purple SpongeBob. Anyway, we were going to let you go till the end. Laugh at Red Row. Yeah, okay. Scorpion. Laughing his ass off. Tornbird. I thought John was gonna with addition, as in new addition to our collection. Yeah, and that's some. Red Row. I cannot speak to spelling. I could not win a spell contest if you told me the words. Thought he was being slick. Pipe Master. I can't get down until mid-July, so probably won't be styling the hair unless someone wants me to. Well, that someone is me, so yeah, I want you to come down and fiddle with your hair. Play with your hair. Scorpion. I mean, we'll work on it together. If you're not, I'll do the new kind of teasing that I did with it. I got a new technique that I'm going to try too, so that's going to be fun. I think he's misspelling it again. Laughed my ass off. Yeah, Black Scorpion, you got that right. I was definitely misspelling it. Styles Edition. Blackthorn, okay. Red Rogue, going down to tell him. Yeah, he did. He came down and told me, John, there is a in addition. No A in addition. Oh, Black Scorpion, laughed my ass. I think he needs a sniker? A sniker? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Black Scorpion. First letter is E, brother. Black Scorpion, laugh, 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 lots of laughs. Black Scorpion, great, googly moogly. Yes, that was so funny. I love that commercial. Thorburn, John, you are hilarious, man. Yeah, I know. I keep it real, though. I keep it real. I like having fun. I don't give a shit. That's my thing. I don't really care. I just, I do what I do. I'm no expert in anything. Like the word there, why, have to, yep, have to, have to. Go Dogs. So can you explain how mask making works? Oh, okay. I don't want to get too lengthy on it. I want to read everybody's comments. Mask making works is first you sculpt you get an armature and you slap some clay on it. Roughly, if you get a human size, normal size head, like an Ed head, they're called Ed head armatures. You want about 2 inches, an inch to inch and a half of clay you put on that all the way around that armature, evenly. All right. Then you sculpt whatever it is you want to sculpt on that thing. Then what I like to do is silicone that clay sculpture. I put silicone on it. I use a thickened silicone so it stays vertical. It's thick so it stays vertical on the mask. Then what I do is I pour up in that silicone mask mold. I pour up clay heads that are hollow, and then I'll stone those clay heads. All right. Then I'll, out of those stone molds that I make from that clay head, I'll start the shrinking process, meaning every time I make a latex mask in that mold, it shrinks about an inch and a half. And then what you do is you foam fill that latex master, all right, copy that's in that mold, foam fill it, pull it, and then use that smaller version to make another plaster mold, all right, and then you could do the same process. I could shrink this head all the way down to the size of my fist if I want to. That would be pretty cool though, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's the process. Watching my channel will really teach you a lot more. I got a lot of videos up there. Can you explain how mask making works? That's a great question, a big question. Yeah, it's a big question, all right, because there's a lot of processing to it. There's a lot of process to it. Blackthorn, finally, Asylum Beyond the Dead. Yes, Blackthorn, laugh my ass off. Go Dogs, I do. Laugh out loud. Thornbird, nailed it. Okay, all right. You're good now. Continue with your addition. I laugh out loud. Spelled the wrong way again. Those special edition patches are nice. Red Row. Lots of knives, man. Knives up. They're actually down. Red Row, laugh out loud. Scorpion, laugh out loud. Red Row, laugh out loud. Pipe Master, at least you only have to spell addition once. That's true. That's true. Once I stone it, then I don't have to do it again. Horror Dude, did you ever see the 2018 unreleased Myers Clean mask? No, I didn't. Horror Dude, I did not see that. Asylum Beyond the Dead, is this going to be molded in silicone? No, it's going to be molded just in plaster. I don't need to do silicone on that. Scorpion laughing. Thorburn, at John, no one is perfect. Yes, that's fact. Nobody is perfect. I don't even try to be. Although, when I try to do these masks, I try to be perfect. So, yeah, I'm a perfectionist by nature. So, only some things I don't try as hard as than others. Red Row, hey now. Okay, Red Row, that is the link tree I did a few months ago. Yes, we talked about that. For email contact info, the pinned link here in the chat. Okay, I guess that's what it's supposed to be. All right. Official Multiverse tells, hello there, what's up there, Official? Thank you for coming on to the stream. Is making a Halloween stuff already. Is he making? Yeah, look. This is year round. Official. This is a year round thing. This isn't just a Halloween season. You're doing this stuff all the way in January. I'm sculpting in the middle of winter, preparing for the summer months. Red Row, making a nameplate for a mask. He works all year round making masks and such. Official Universe, what kind of mask? Latex masks. Official, the funny thing is my wife and I just got done watching Halloween. Me and her love horror and blood. Well, Official, join my thing. You'll see these masks. I mean, this flashback mask is pretty spot on. It's pretty close, real close to the screen used mask. It took me 2 months, 3 months to get this sculpture right. Don't mess up the edition one. Red Row, laugh out loud. Blackthorn, laugh out loud. All right, Asylum. Whoa, man, that just jumped up. Asylum Beyond the Dead. Eye cuts look different, huh? They're smaller. Red row. You have to see it in person. Wow. Click the link above. Wow, it's finished. I put the link to eBay. Very top of the chat. Okay, so you can go all the way to the top to go to the eBay. Michael Myers flashback mask. There it is right there. You can click that link and you can go there. This is the name you will look for on eBay. Okay, I had to eat dinner. Thorburn. Okay, good job. Get some food in you, man. Gotta be able to stay alert. Pipe Master looks amazing. How do you size the mask? Go Dogs. That's an interesting thing because you always have to oversize these masks on the sculpture. Original sculpture has to be huge. That original sculpture is 27 inches. To make a 26, a 25, and a 24, the original sculpture is 27 inches in diameter. All right, but that gives me 3 sizes to choose from. Most people do not fit in the 26. If you have a 24.5-inch head, then I would tell you to get the 26-inch mask. And if you had a 24-inch head, I'd say 25-inch mask. If you have a smaller head than that, then I'd say the 24. How do you size a mask? Red row looks even better in person. Yes, the videos on YouTube just don't cut it. They don't cut it. They don't show you the details. If you go to my Facebook, you'll see the detail and the color on my Facebook. You can go to the link that he shared, where the eBay, and that's got the still shots. You were screaming at the monitor. Man, that mask is a masterpiece. Go Dog. Asylum. Is that the prototype? This 24-inch mask is going to go on eBay. Actually, no, this one's, yeah, it's a prototype. Thorburn, Pipe, do you have any old Don Post masks? No, I don't collect masks, Thorburn. The reason why I don't collect masks is because I don't have enough room. I have to store all my master copies and stuff, and that's just enough masks laying around the house. I got 4 or 5 masks out in my living room. I got 4 or 5 masks in my dining room. I've got at least 5 or 6 masks in here, and it's just my stuff. And I just don't have enough room to store everything. The studio is a working studio, so I don't really collect in this. I think you mentioned before that you had different masks. I have a few, but I'm not a real big collector. Asylum needs a Jamie Lee Curtis mask. Okay. Thorburn, John, I'm asking Pipe Master. Okay. But that is cool. Oh, I'm caught up. Holy shit. How did that happen? I don't have a problem reading. Don't ask me to spell anything, but reading's not too bad of a problem. Oh, man. Hooked on phonics, baby. Hooked on phonics. Now that I'm all caught up, is there any interesting questions? Anything that I didn't cover that you guys want answered? Now, those nameplates that I just made, I'm actually going to smooth them just a little bit with naphtha because I don't want them to be kind of itchy, like, scratching the back of your head on the inside of the mask. So they're going to be a little smoother. So I'll smooth them out with naphtha just a touch, just to take the sharp, the jaggedness off those, like, you know, the dimples that I put in that. That'll smooth that out a little bit. And yeah, man, I kind of like this nameplate thing. This is pretty cool. And I'm not the originator of the idea of that. That's Nick Molpagano, and I actually asked permission from him if I could steal his idea. He actually started doing something with a nameplate, and he was and here's what he said. Exact words, same thing I'm doing with you guys. He said, it's hard because everybody wants the number one, number two, number three pull. And sometimes it doesn't happen. And the reason why is because sometimes the first two or three pulls comes out really messed up, you know, where there's too many air bubbles or something, and the pulls don't. So then you're almost down to like 2, 3 pulls later, and then finally you get a good pull, you know. So far, knock on wood, my new process that I've been doing, I've been pulling good ones right out from the gate, pulling a good mask right out from the gate, the way I do it now. I haven't had any issues with air bubbles, just very seldom. And usually it's because there's a defect in the mold itself. If there's a little air bubble, air pocket inside the face of the mold, where the latex goes up against it, an air bubble can form inside that little hole, and it doesn't release. And then what happens is when the latex casts against that little air bubble and defect, you'll get like a skin tag because it went into the hole. And then as soon as you cut that away, all of a sudden you'll see this big hole in your mask. And then that's a nightmare to fix it. Yeah, Nick Molpagano, you know, Thorburn, and all you guys, you know, regardless of your personal thoughts on him, I like his work. I do like his work. I learned a lot from his videos, but I'm one of these guys, I don't just learn from one person. I learn from a lot of people. And another guy I follow a lot is Alan Hops at Stiltby Studios. And he's one of these guys, he's not a great sculptor, and he'll tell you that. He's not one of these guys. He's quick, he's fast. He'll put a sculpt together in an hour. He'll sculpt something in an hour, hour and a half, but he's strictly monsters and original stuff. It's nothing that he's copying. He's not doing any movie stuff. But what's amazing about this man is he owns a haunt in Texas. And when you watch him, he finds ways to do things cheaply. And, you know, he's always thinking outside the box. And after watching him over the years, I've been watching Alan for probably 12, 14, 15 years. So before, I actually was watching Alan before I even seen Nick Molpagano. How I tuned into Nick Molpagano was the fact that I've always wanted to do a Michael Myers mask. And ever since I was a kid and saw the movie, you know, in the theater on October 30th, is when I seen the movie. How I remember that is because when the screen came up and it said October 30th, I was with my 2 female cousins, and I think it was my cousins. Not sure, it was either girlfriends or cousins. Anyway, I had 2 females with me on both sides of me, and I looked at the screen and it said October 30th when it was raining and he was driving where the asylum was, and the thunder and lightning, and it said October 30th, and I said, oh cool, that's tonight. I said, you know, and that's how I remember it. That's how I remember what date it was that I actually seen the movie, October 30th, 1978. That's when I saw Halloween. Anyway, Nick he's a really good guy. He really is. And every time I've asked him, you know, for advice, he tells me everything, you know. Now, I don't want to mislead anybody. Now, he shows the process on how to make a resin mold for making resin masks. And I tried that process. I had 2 molds that failed on me. Don't know why. And but I can tell you this: you're not supposed to put resin over top of latex, because latex has water in it. The slightest little bit of moisture that gets, touches that resin could distort the resin mold, and that's what I think happened. I think the latex that I copied on those 2 masks wasn't quite cured enough. I thought it was, but it wasn't. It wasn't cured enough. Wasn't. I must probably have to wait a month for a mask to be completely cured of no moisture. So I think that's what happened to those 2 molds. The thing I didn't like was the process with the resin mold. The resin mold, you have to put thin, very thin layers of latex. All right. If you go too thick, what happens is, how a stone mold works is the face of the mold, which the latex is up against, the details, it pulls moisture. The stone does. A resin mold doesn't pull any moisture. It'll trap the moisture if the inside of the mask is if the latex is too thick and it starts to dry. It creates a barrier on the inside of the rubber, and then that latex that's up against the wall, the face of the mold, doesn't dry. I don't care how long you wait. You can wait days, and it still won't be dry, because you made the latex too thick. So what you have to do, I think, for success, is thin the latex with ammonia. That's what you add to latex to thin it. All right, you have to make it somewhat runny. It has to be a little runnier. All right, and then you put a thin, you slush cast it around in the resin mold. All right, and then what you do is you dump it out, let it drain completely, and it should be a really, really thin coat. This way, the air will still dry the surface of the mask that's against the actual mold. If it's too thick, it creates a barrier and stops that moisture from escaping. So that's what that's my guess on what happened. I think my mask latex was too thick, and because of that process of thinning down the latex, I think if you thin down the latex too much, oh, thank you, Thorburn. If you thin the latex, it distorts the quality. I think it wrecks the quality of the latex. I like a very thick latex, and that works great in stone molds. But resin molds, no, you have to have thinner latex. And I just think the thinner the latex, the weaker the latex is. And I might be wrong, because I'm not an expert on it, but it's like when you go to Spirit of Halloween and you buy that liquid latex in a bottle. That stuff is super thin. You can't use that for making masks, because it's too thin. That's not designed for making masks. There's a different type of latex for mask. It's a very thick mask latex, super thick. And I don't want to do the resin molds. So that's, long story short, I'm not doing resin molds. But Nick is not wrong. My point is, Nick shows that process in his videos. And, you try it. If you like it, you do it. If you don't like it, stick to plaster. I'm not telling you what to do. I just know what I'm doing. I am not doing resin molds. I'm sticking with plaster. With all the years and all the trouble that I had with plaster, I'm staying with plaster. Black Scorpion, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you enjoyed the night, and I hope I entertained you guys. Thornburn Pool. Let me see. What do we got there? Still Beast Studios. Yeah, thank you. Who shared that? Yeah, that's My buddy Red Rose shared stiltbstudios.com. Check him out, guys. I'm serious, man. He's really entertaining too. He's more entertaining than I am, that's for sure. And he does some really cool stuff. But he's in the haunt business. He's not a mask maker. He makes masks and sells masks. Yes, he does. And he makes some cool stuff. It's original stuff. And when and if you go there and you ever talk to him, if you reach out and you want to buy one of his masks, tell him DJ Styles at Custom Corpses sent you. He knows me. I've been with him for years. I've sent him masks. So, but Alan's a great guy. You're going to really enjoy his content. You really will. And I say that to any of you guys that are trying to get into the mask business. Never learn from one person. Even me, never learn from one person. Always learn from all different sources, because you never know what you'll pick up on that will really work for you. You know, all of a sudden you'll do something, you say, wow, I'm really comfortable with doing that style, doing it that way. And that's why it's important to learn all these different things from different people, because you learn a lot of different techniques. Some good, some bad. You know, it's trial and error. You know, but don't break the piggy bank. Always try to look for the cheapest way to do it. All right, Thorburn, have a good night, buddy. Peace out, everybody. You know what? I'm going to say goodnight too, man, because we have basically done everything we can do. We've got a mask shrinking right now and curing. I'm not doing anything to that mask for at least 2 to 3 days before I touch it. And because I don't want to cut the eye holes out until I know that that mask is really, it's not shrinking anymore. See, you never cut any of the holes out in the mask until the mask is completely cured. You know, at least 3 to 4, maybe even 5 days before you cut the eyes out. Because if you do, it has a risk of deforming. It can distort the mask because of the shrinkage. The mask is still shrinking. If the mask is still shrinking, definitely don't cut nothing away. Keep everything the way it is before you cut any of those eye holes out. Keep it the way it is until it's done shrinking. And what you do is, how you know is, even though it might be still a little white, that doesn't mean it's not cured. You just want to make sure the shrinking process is done. So you constantly measure it. I measure it, if it gets down to whatever diameter it is, I measure it, and then I keep checking it every day to see how much more shrinkage. And it'll get to a point where it stops shrinking, and that's when you can cut it out. You can cut it out when you check it one day, and then you check it the very next day, and it's still the same size. Then it's time to cut the eyes out. So there you go. It's another quick lesson. One of the reasons why, if I sell blanks, which I might do for you guys too as well, if I sell blanks, I keep the mask until it's cured, because I will not send a blank mask with the eye cuts. They have to be cut out already. I cut everything out before I send a blank. But I don't cut it out for at least 3 to 4, maybe even 5 days. So if you order a mask, just know that it's going to be curing for at least 4 to 5 days before I even get around to start painting it and hairing it and all that fun stuff. This guy won't even be touched until, let me see, what's today, Friday? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday before I do anything with that mask. But I'm going to put the fan on it so it helps it dry even faster. I took it off for a little bit, but I'm going to put it back on as soon as I end the stream. So guys, I'm going to say goodnight. Thanks for joining me on the stream. And I might see you tomorrow night. See, I'm not working now, so I don't have to focus on music as much. I still do, because I'm always preparing for the fall, the winter months, that sort of thing. But my real focus is my mask business right now. So we're getting the mask done. So I can do some streaming during the summer a lot more because I have the time. Where in the wintertime it's a little tough for me because I'm juggling so much. Doing a lot, buddy. I'm doing a lot, guys. So, and I'm an old man. I'm not young. So I run out of steam pretty quick. So say goodnight, guys. All right. Our flashback masks are underway, baby. And you guys are going to be getting your mask soon with your personalized logos in it. Peace, guys.